Is it better now?
Yes.
Yeah. We are Ritika, Apurva, and Garima. We are CRC PG 0261. I'll start off with the industry overview. With a coastline of about 7,517 kilometers, India has 12 major and 25 non-major ports, with the non-major ports evolving at an equally impressive pace in terms of cargo handling. The Sagarmala project, introduced in 2017, has a proposal of $123 billion to be invested in 415 projects across modernization and development of ports. Next slide. Industry scenario in the FY19 and 20 has been pragmatic. The major industry KPIs are average turnaround time, average pre-berthing time, and average output per ship berth per day, out of which ATT and pre-berthing time have reduced significantly, indicating a higher efficiency. Economic outlook for the ports and SEZ is positive, and they are still attracting high traffic, though not at pre-COVID levels. Coming to the business description and company profile, the ports can be classified into four types, and Adani Ports have a cumulative of 395 MMT of total installed capacity. The types are inland container depots, bulk terminals, multi-purpose ports, and container terminals. The company is a leading port and SEZ developer, and they deliver on strategic priorities. The market share is among the fastest growing, and the volume growth is also phenomenal. Next slide. The business model and competitive positioning. The business model is largely to deliver synergistic value through ports, logistics, and SEZ, both in terms of development and management. The SEZ at Mundra Port is the largest SEZ in India, which is operated by Adani Ports, and an integrated business model ensures profitability, year-on-year growth, and a positive outlook for the company. Next slide, please. The key partners, activities, and resources are optimized along with the value proposition of diversifying and enhancing cargo across assets, pan-India integrated logistics services, etc. The high-end customers served include IOCL, HMEL, NTPC, RIL, and JSW Steel, etc. Cost structure mostly contains OPEX and M&A costs, while the revenue stream is robust with high volume of cargo traffic from blue chip clients. Next slide, please. Competitive positioning can be evaluated through the concentration indicators, that is the HHI and the Gini coefficient, which shows that the competitiveness of the market has increased, but Adani Port has continued to be in the leadership position. It has consolidated its leadership position. Next slide. In the management and corporate governance, it has garnered very high scores, that is 5 for audit, 7 for board structure, 4 for compensation, and 1 for shareholding rights. The integrity and competence of the management is considered to be high. Next section. Next segment is about the financial analysis, starting with the capital structure. The shareholding pattern is dominated by promoter holding around 63%, followed by financial institutions around 19%, and then the mutual funds and others. This has remained constant throughout the years, indicating high investor confidence. Adani Port is less levered against its peers, though it has a high debt level against the net worth. Next slide. Adani Port has kept high level of unsecured commercial paper holdings to fund their working capital requirements. Access has elongated the average maturity to 5 years from 4.08 years in FY20 with high repayment in less than 1 year. Coming to the DuPont analysis in the next slide, return on equity has seen a degrowth of 42% from FY17 to 20 due to lower asset utilization, decrease in tax burden, and rising interest burden, which is again taken into consideration while rating the company. Over to Garima.
Yeah, next slide, please. Coming to solvency analysis, the solvency ratios.
Sorry to interrupt, your video is not proper. We are able to see only your eyes. No. Yeah, now it's yeah.
So coming to solvency analysis, the solvency ratios are higher than the industry benchmark due to high level of debt taken by Adani Ports. Since long-term debt has been funded by the Adani Group, the risk of financial instability is significantly lower. Next slide, please. Coming to liquidity analysis, uncertainty and pandemic situation has reduced the cash ratio as well as current ratio for FY20. However, Adani has maintained a cash balance of 73,000 crores as a safety net. Quick ratio has worsened due to high amount of inventory maintained by Adani, despite increase in rake utilization in FY20. Next slide, please. Coming to profitability analysis, outperformance of Adani Ports in operating margins as compared to the industry benchmark. And this is due to enhancement in port efficiency factors, which are average turnaround time and average pre-berthing time at Mundra and Dhamra ports. All these mentioned ratios have been rated further under financial risk rating. Next slide, please. Coming to investment risk analysis, we see that the credit rating history of Adani Ports by domestic rating agencies is on upside when compared with that of international credit rating agencies. Next. Also, acquisition of Krishnapatnam and Kakinad ports is expected to cause a dip in rating by domestic rating agencies, while international credit ratings are likely to remain the same. Next. Coming to Altman Z-score and probability of default, Adani Port is currently in gray zone as per the scale, but it is unlikely to default as it is adequately supported by the Adani Group. Over to Apurva.
Okay, so we come to an end to the last part of credit rating analysis, where we will encompass the 4 kinds of risk as financial risk, industry risk, business risk, and management risk, with financial and business risk having a 30% weightage in our further analysis, and industry risk and management risk taking a 20% weightage. So we started the classification with the key rating drivers and classified them into positive and negative pointers with a high, medium, and low impact growth. For example, the high growth of cargo volumes along with the strategic acquisitions that Adani Ports have been doing is a plus point which will lead to the business growth and continuity of the business, vis-a-vis the financial support that Adani Ports is taking by its parent company, as well as a high customer risk, credit risk at Mundra Port can be the deterrents, possible deterrents to the Adani Port in future. Starting with industry risk analysis, we have taken 4 factors. Where competitive positioning, we are mentioning that Adani Port has been a leader in the West Coast, and with its increasing market share of 28% in the East Coast against its competitors like Gujarat, Pipavav, SR Ports, it is going to create a good cost efficiency in the market, and operational efficiencies has been good. For example, ATT has been 3 days in a pre-COVID era for Adani. And the other factors are that in terms of regulatory front, Adani has obtained licenses for longer duration, just 20 years, and focused on entering long-term contracts with the suppliers as well as the customers. The demand and supply forecast for Adani has been very effective and a very timely entry into container and liquid cargo business through Kattupalli and Mundra ports. Logistic business acquisition was a strategic move that they took, which has enhanced their revenue percentage by 7%. Next is business risk. Again, here you can see that we try to classify them under operating risk, environmental, construction, contractual assessment, where operating risk talks about the revenue growth, turnaround time, and cost efficiency. So the KPCL acquisition as well as the logistic business acquisition has increased the cost efficiency, and the port capacity utilization have increased from 77% to 84%. Despite having rated CCC by MCSI in financial year 20, and the Adani Ports has laid focus on reducing the fatalities at the ports, and also has created a mark into renewable energy resources by reducing the GHG emissions and energy intensity from by 3% and 3.34% of total energy consumption that they have made in the previous year. Adani has also recognized itself as an EPC contractor and has been constructing solar power plants which are commissioned in 9 months. So the license that they have received from the government, as well as the timely completion and commissioning of the plants, give them an upside rating. And as I've mentioned, that they always enter a long-term contracts. Sorry.
Last 1 minute.
Okay, so the contractual assessment has been good. Talking about the financial risk analysis, the profitability, it's important to note that the interest coverage and debt service coverage ratio has been good. Vis-a-vis the net debt to EBITDA, as Ritika was mentioned, has lowered the benchmarks, and it is a cause to worry. Though these ratings has been consistent over past 5 years, so it can be taken as a positive side. Also, the financial currency and the interest rate refinancing risk has been taken care and well managed in terms of exposure by interest to operate assets and currency forward contracts that has been held. Finally, the management governance risk analysis has been good, as been rated by Ritika earlier. Finally, we come to the end by saying the credit matrix, and we took the 4 weightage that we have given, and we try to calculate the gross score and come up with a net score of 3.19, which comes into a grade triple B, like here as per this rating scale. But we see Adani has a positive outlook considering the market share and the capacity captured by the entity. Net leverage has been bad, but has been currently stable by the entity. And also its acquisition into logistic business and East Coast will reflect a stability of the operation soon. The efficiency and better asset optimization can upgrade the rating for the Adani in future. Thank you.
A couple of questions. You mentioned that the extent of short-term funding through CPs is on the higher side. So how much is it and what is the definition of high?
Ritika, would you like to take up that question?
Yeah, you say the extent of funding through commercial papers is on the higher side. So how much is it and what is your definition of high?
So the commercial paper is 82% of the total short-term debt structure. And that's why we say it high as against the other credits that as an Adani port, Adani can take care of, like suppliers credit from banks or packing credit. But commercial paper are mostly unsecured and high in volume.
Right. And how does that compare with other companies, other comparable companies?
So even the comparable companies, they have the similar short-term debt structure. But then when it comes to, we said high in terms of when compared to all the other instruments that were used for short-term debt, etc. So in that comparison, we said high, but not with respect to the other comparables.
Okay. One more question. At the end, you said rating of triple B as per your method. So is that as per global scale or domestic rating scale?
So it is as per a domestic rating scale.
So is there any other rating given by any domestic rating agency to this company?
So it has been AA plus by ICRA, and again AA plus by Indian Rating and Research. So this particular scale that we are talking about is a standard scale, which is being used in measuring companies. And this is a scale that we have picked up and created from different methodologies, be it global as well as domestic. So that's what we try to come up with that particular scale. And as per that scale, turns out to be triple B.
But simply, you're saying if ICRA or United says it is AA plus, as per your scale, it is triple B.
Yes, sir.
Why is it that according to you, I mean obviously you'll not know, but why is it that the domestic agencies have put it on a negative implication, whereas global agencies have given a stable outlook?
Ma'am, what we can infer from the research that we have done is that Adani has a very strong hold in a port sector in India. And the other competitors are also coming up in this particular field, be it SR and JSW Infra, who are also focusing on capturing a larger market. But since Adani has been a global firm and it has been recognized globally, that's why domestic might have a negative outlook, considering that other competitors may turn out to be better in future. Vis-a-vis the global ones have a very positive outlook towards Adani.
Also, while we were reading about it, we found out after the acquisition of Kakinad Port, this particular thing came into picture, that the global agencies have a positive outlook, while the national agencies, they have a negative outlook. But then the Krishnapatnam and Kakinad Port acquisition is not going to hamper, there is no negative impact on the credit rating because of their methodologies, I believe. That's what even LiveMint and Economic Times said.
You said that this particular port is also belonging to the very resourceful Adani companies. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. So you said that this particular port is also deriving its comfort from the Adani group of companies. So can you give us your view on the credit quality of the Adani group? Which are the companies in the group, and why did you say that you have this port is deriving comfort from being in the Adani group?
Ma'am, when we said that the port is deriving a comfort from Adani, parent Adani Group as an overall has a very positive outlook in the market and economy, and also in the sectors they particularly deal in. And as per the FY19 and FY18 reports, Adani Ports has specifically thought to take up the debt from the parent group to maintain that leverage ratio that they're trying to maintain, which is net debt to EBITDA, which is into 3.2x. And taking and loan from inside company is always easier than picking up a loan from an external entity. That is one factor that we were trying to highlight. And basis this particular highlights, we say that Adani support or Adani parent Adani support to Adani Ports is not into a negative picture. Because they have pretty good debt service coverage ratio as its interest coverage ratio against its competitors and also against the normal industry benchmarks that we normally talk about.
Okay, but which are the other companies in the Adani group that you know of?
Adani Ports and Adani.
There is Adani.
Okay. Adani Power and Adani Green Energy.
Renewable solar, then edible oils.
What is the consolidated debt at Adani group level for all the companies put together?
Ma'am, we may not be knowing the exact figure for that particular question.
Okay.
Any further questions?
No, I think it's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.